What's up, guys? Welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you your Brave Cross Hero of the Week. This week's Hero of the Week is the faded version of the man who wears the red mask, Red Mask. Red Mask is considered a front DPS with ratings for A for survivability, S for DPS, and B+ for support. His main skill changes from the earth-shattering lance to Bloodletter, where he summons a giant blade aura after 3 seconds that attacks 6 enemies 3 times. Each attack deals damage and has 45% chance to drain 40 enemy rage, and the last attack will definitely crit. This also deals 50% more damage to bow targets. This attack is considered as a rage loss, and Red Mask is immune to all damage during this time. Now, his talents, I will not be talking about them because I have made a Red Mask video in the past, and you guys can have a look at that video. Basically, I'll be covering his fate equipment. Now, Battle of God is the first, I guess, new talent that he will get when you get him to the Fate mode. This is achieved once you get his weapon, and Red Mask demands blood for the Blood God. Deals more damage and greater control effects on rear enemies. Normal attacks don't increase target rage any longer, and 250% of your damage is converted to your own HP. When HP is less than 20%, enter Battle God mode for 15 seconds, where his attack speed increases by 50% and his attack increases for another 80%. All bow damage is converted to 200% healing in this mode. Serious Boom, Serious Shell, Clairvoyance, and Raging Assault are all self-explanatory. So now that we've covered all his skills, basically, guys, if you really want to know more about his talents, I will leave a description below for the Red Mask abilities, and I'll get you guys to have a look at that video if you don't know much about Red Mask. Anyway, let's go through the pros and cons. As always, we'll start with the pros. For the main pro for Red Mask is not his main skill, but his talent, Battle God. Battle God makes Red Mask insanely hard to kill. 250% damage is converted to his own HP. Basically, his attack, it basically heals him. 250% of his damage heals him. Now, a lot of heroes can heal for 50%, 100%, whatever the case may be. He's the only hero I know that can heal himself 200% of his damage. This is increasingly gets better because when his HP drops to 20%, he enters Battle God mode for 15 seconds, increasing his attack speed by 50% and his attack by 80%. Now, all blow damage is converted to 200% healing in this mode as well, which means if you have a archer or bow DPS, basically it'll fill up his HP and then you have to dwindle it down again. Now, Battle God mode, I must say, I think this is from my personal experience now, but before the patch, this activated too many times to count. But for some reason in this new patch, this only happens sort of once or twice, depending how slow you take Red Mask HP down. So I'm not sure at this point with this patch what happened to Fate Red Mask, but his ability anyway, because from my experience in the arenas and cross arenas, for some reason he doesn't activate the 20%, the 200% healing on the bow damage as much. I don't know whether there's a time, like a sort of a cooldown for it, because for the longest of time after the patch, this ability was not triggering multiple times. It was only triggering once. I think it happened to me that it triggered twice or more, maybe a couple of times, but most of the time it's only once. So his attack speed still increased, but the converting wasn't as much there. It wasn't there. So maybe they sort of fixed that because Red Moss was insanely strong, because there's no way you can kill him unless you have a very strong team of mages. Now let's talk about his main skill that changed from the Earth-Shattering Lance to the Bloodletter. Bloodletter is another ability that makes Fated Red Moss insanely good. And this is because he becomes immune to damage during this time. So for the 3 seconds, and then for the time he uses his skill, he's pretty much invulnerable. So and this also deals 50% more damage to bow targets, which is like bow class heroes, and has a 45% chance to reduce 40 enemy rage for each attack. Crazy. Insanely crazy. Now I will mention some of Red Moss's ability, because this basically correlates to Fate Red Moss on his pros. Martial Saint. Now for every 15% HP he loses, he becomes for 3 seconds his attack speed increases by 100% and gets another 50% attack, and he becomes immune to target for 3 seconds. Just imagine that attack speed, 100% attack speed, and then you get another 50% attack speed if you are in Battle God mode. Crazy. 50% plus 80%, 130% more attack, and then he gets healing, 250% healing from all this. He is insane. Martial Saint is one of the best skill in the game, best talent in the game, and combined with Battle God, I just don't know. This is insanely crazy. But I must say, I want to piggyback again. I just want to clarify that Battle God, I still don't know if there's an actual cooldown for it, because like I said, I know I'm repeating myself, but I just want to make sure I get the message across that it's not like in the old patch where this will activate every time he is less than 20%, like 99% of the time. But in the new patch, this seems to be once or twice, most likely once. But if you're taking too long to take him down, I think there is a cooldown sort of that the game doesn't tell us. Anyway, that's it for most of the pros. Like, I would just say that if you have a decent attack on Red Moss, then he probably won't die. Decent defense HP, not too much to worry about that because of Martial Saint. But if you do have a very decent attack for your Red Mask, then definitely he will shine and it will be harder to kill. Now let's go through the cons. As far as I can tell, there's really no cons for Red Mask because he is insanely good. I guess the only cons is it basically trying to get the Fate version, his Fate stuff, the Fate items. That's the only con I can think of. Everything else is just too good to be true. So anyway, what are my final thoughts on Red Moss? I still think he is a broken hero. and I do wish that there's some sort of nerfs towards him, but at this point in time, Battle of Dunpas, you can only do that with a Fated Red Mask, so don't know what's gonna happen. So PvE wise, definitely you can take him anywhere. Obviously he's not the best DPS in the world, but you know, he's very good. PvP wise, definitely take him anywhere in PvP, guys. Definitely take him anywhere. You won't really regret taking him in PvP, because in PvP is where Fated Red Mask will shine, especially if you're defending. Maybe not so much when you're attacking, but when you're defending, definitely Fated Red Mask is the hero for you. So I guess that's it for this video, guys. Remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful at all. As always, I would like to hear from you guys. I did have to slow my video down because I ranted too much. I thought this would be a quick video, but I would like to hear from you guys what you think of Fated Red Mask, and have you been using Fated Red Mask? This is Munchkins logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.